President Donald Trump officially revealing his pick for the next Supreme Court justice. What Michigan officials are saying about the choice. Plus, a mid-Michigan boy is in critical condition after a tragic accident. Fighting for his life, how his family is staying optimistic. And the family searching for a missing Saginaw man is finding new ways to bring him home. We'll reveal how coming up. It's time to wake up Mid-Michigan. It's Sunday, September 27th.
Live and local with coverage you can count on. This is WNEMTV5 Wake Up.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the weekend. Mother Nature has been kind to us so far. Thanks for waking up with us on this Sunday morning. I'm Blake Keller. We'll have those stories coming up in just a bit. But first, we're checking in on your weather. Meteorologist John Gross is joining us live with a look at the forecast.
Hey there, Blake. Good morning. Good morning, everybody at home. Hope your Sunday morning's off to a great start so far. We're dry out there right now, but today's going to be the last day of some summer-like temperatures before fall really starts to take over in our forecast. We'll get you out the door this morning. We'll take you to Mount Pleasant, Central Michigan University's campus. We do have some high cloud cover out in our skies right now at the 8 o'clock hour. Current temperatures out the door, 66 degrees, dew points into the upper 50s, and we do have a breeze coming out of the southwest at about 10 miles per hour. The air temperatures across mid-Michigan have us mainly in the 60s to start this morning. 63 in Clare, we've got 65 in Bad Axe, also in Lapeer, 63 in Flint, 66 right now in Saginaw, 65 to the north, way up in Oscoda. Your winds out the door this morning, mainly coming out of the southwest. A little breeze at about 5 to upwards of 15 miles per hour. Continue to see these numbers ramping up later on into this afternoon. That's going to help to bring in some more of the warmer air we'll expect for today. Live first warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar from MBS. TV5 viewing area continuing to stay dry. A few showers over towards Lake Michigan. Now that's going to be along a cold frontal boundary. We'll continue to monitor as we're going throughout today. Currently draped over towards Wisconsin and back towards Iowa. Cloud cover and shower activity will increase, especially as we go later on into this evening. But until then, it looks like most of today will be staying dry. Just the increase in cloud cover, that's going to be the main story for your Sunday. Chances for some evening showers the further west you go. We'll continue to monitor better rain chances and some cooler temperatures. That's all coming up in your 7-day forecast in a little bit. Blake, we'll send it back to you.
It is my honor to nominate one of our nation's most brilliant and gifted legal minds to the Supreme Court. She is a woman of unparalleled achievement, towering intellect, sterling credentials, and unyielding loyalty to the Constitution, Judge Amy Coney Barrett.
President Donald Trump officially nominated Judge Amy Coney Barrett to take the seat of the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg in a Rose Garden ceremony. The nomination kicks off an effort to have Barrett confirmed quickly by the Senate before Election Day. Skylar Henry has more from the White House.
President Trump introduced Judge Amy Coney Barrett as his nominee for the Supreme Court, with both making efforts to preemptively answer critics.
Amy Coney Barrett will decide cases based on the text of the Constitution as written.
If confirmed, I would not assume that role for the sake of those in my own circle, and certainly not for my own sake. I would assume this role to serve you.
If Barrett is confirmed by the Senate, the 48-year-old who now sits on the 7th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals would become the youngest associate justice on the current Supreme Court. Barrett's conservative legal views stand in sharp contrast to the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, a liberal icon whose seat Barrett would fill. Challenges to the Affordable Care Act and Roe v. Wade could come into play. With just over 5 weeks left before the November election, Senate Republicans are planning to get through confirmation hearings as fast as they can. During the Rose Garden ceremony, the president sent senators a message, including those in attendance.
This should be a straightforward and prompt confirmation. Should be very easy. Good luck. It's going to be very quick.
But Democrats have argued the pick should come from the winner of the November 3rd election.
Judge Ginsburg had a dying wish that the next president choose. Justice Ginsburg must be turning her over in her grave up at heaven to see that the person they chose seems to be intent on undoing all the things that Ginsburg did.
Barrett would be President Trump's third Supreme Court appointment, following Justices Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh. That would leave conservatives with 6 of 9 seats on the nation's highest court. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
And after the president's announcement, Joe Biden issued a statement saying the Senate should not act on this vacancy until after the American people select their next president and Congress. State leaders also reacting. U.S. Senator Gary Peters says he does not support the Senate moving forward on a Supreme Court nomination until after Inauguration Day, and he vows to vote against confirming Barrett to the High Court. Now, on the other side of the aisle, Michigan Republican Party Chairwoman Laura Cox says she's thrilled over the choice, and America's future is brighter with Barrett serving as the next justice. Coming up later, we will take a look at who Judge Barrett is and where she stands on some hot-button issues. Well, detectives are investigating a funeral home parking lot fight that left 2 injured. Officers were sent to Deisler Funeral Home on Hemeter in Saginaw Township Friday, following a report that 20 to 30 people were fighting. When officers arrived, they couldn't find anyone. Police say, though, 2 people were taken to a hospital in private vehicles, one suffering from a stab wound, the other a facial injury. Mount Pleasant police are investigating after residents report a man with a gun in the city. CMU PD say the man was seen near West Campus late Friday night. However, the man was not found by police. And a pipe burst flooded parts of the Fashion Square Mall parking lot. Witnesses at the scene say water was gushing from underground, covering most of that area. All right, well, listen to this. A new study found that too much exposure on the moon's surface could pose health risks to astronauts. Now, the study took a look at lunar radiation levels from China's robotic spacecraft, which landed on the far side of the moon in January 2019. The study's author says the moon's radiation is 200 times higher than on the surface of the Earth and 5 to 10 times higher than on a flight from New York to Germany. But astronauts would be exposed to these levels much longer than passengers on transatlantic flights. On the Artemis moon mission in 2024, the astronauts are expected to stay on the lunar surface for a week and conduct at least 2 moonwalks. All right, interesting stuff right there. TV5 News Time is 8:07. Protests continue in Louisville, demanding justice for Breonna Taylor. Why a state representative was arrested during those demonstrations. And a Michigan boy is recovering from a tragic accident. We'll tell you how you can support his family during this difficult time.